empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
Welcome to the Malting Hour after the final pour. I'm one of the hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And while side viewing a Sox game,
Clark Fettridge.
Yes.
Whoa, wow, what a play. Oh my God, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Is there a cat on the field? I hope it's a cat on the field.
Oh, that happened the other night, though.
I did see a video about
Somewhere.
that.
Yeah. New York?
Well, everybody, shut up. Welcome to After the Final Pour. This week, we decided, since we're recording, we record these. It's not a live show. We don't do live show. Well, we did one live show, but then we got booted off because Brandon decided to play copywritten music. But it's okay. We didn't know what we were doing. It was our first time. But we're doing this on National IPA Day, so we thought that today we would do an After the Final Pour where it's kind of like a social happy hour. So we all chose an IPA to drink. I don't know what you guys are drinking. I know what I'm drinking, and I've had a 9% beer earlier today. So this isn't After the Final Pour for me. But this is After the Final Pour National IPA Day. So welcome everybody. What are you guys drinking? What do you guys got going on here?
The mystery beer is
No. That was last time.
Although we're not doing that anymore.
No. We're just. I mean, it's a mystery beer to what we're all drinking. But let's just talk about what we're.
I thought we were just forever doing mystery beers from now on.
I'm done.
Okay, Brandon's done again. I'll talk about my beer. I went with Lagunita's IPA, a classic West Coast style IPA, baby. And you know what? I'm happy I went with this. It's been a long time since I've had an actual Lagunitas, just straight up IPA. I've had many Lagunitas beers in my life. And I want to say this is probably, I was looking for Hop Stupid because Hop Stupid was, although it's a double IPA, one of my favorite IPA memories when I first started getting into craft beer, other than Brown Sugar, which is Brown Sugar considered an IPA?
I don't.
Do we know that? Lagunitas?
Working on it.
Sugar? Thank you. But Lagunitas, just straight up IPA is fantastic. Good West Coast style IPA. I run the gamut back and forth with the hazy IPAs. In fact, last night I did have my last Hop Butcher Tavern cut. Hazy IPA. Is it a double IPA? I hope not, because boy, I would be in trouble. It is a double IPA, which was very good. So I thought I would go with just a classic West Coast style IPA from Lagunitas.
Brown Sugar is a strong ale, by the way.
Yeah. Well, shut up with that information. Lagunitas regular IPA. Just joking. Thanks, Clark. I appreciate you being here. The regular Lagunitas IPA. I don't know, man. That's a classic IPA in my opinion. It's not too sweet. It's not dry by any means. There's a little bit of malt character. I'm sure that comes from Crystal, whatever crystal malt they use from there, and it's a nice piney bitterness with a hint of citrus. So it just kind of comes off as a clean IPA, classic West Coast style for me. So I thought that would be a good IPA to drink for National IPA Day instead of trying to go big. Although the first beer that I did have this evening, or once I got home from work, was a double milkshake IPA from New Jersey. Because my neighbors have family in, and the family's son is the head brewer at this brewery. I'll talk to you guys about that off microphone because that might be something in the future. But it was a double milkshake IPA with cherries and berries and lactose and vanilla, and I got a hint of berry and a nice amount of vanilla, a little bit of lactose. For 9%, it was an easy drinker and didn't taste like a sugary, hoppy mess. It was very good. But I'm happy that this Lagunitas IPA is what I went with. So cheers to National IPA.
I never think of Lagunitas, and you always mention them. I just, for whatever reason, I don't drink their beers, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
They're still closed here in Chicago, aren't they?
That's a facility in Chicago, yeah.
Ahead of their time.
No, but it's closed. It's closed, is what he was saying.
Right.
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked if it was there.
They have not opened up all year, yeah.
Yeah, the draw to Lagunitas for me is it is ridiculously affordable. They're solid beers that are at such a good price point. It's hard to pass them up a lot of the times. So it's funny that you picked Lagunitas, because when I had to run out to the liquor store when I realized I had no IPAs, they had, just the single cans, like the 16-ounce cans, and I almost grabbed a Lagunitas, and I was like, no, I feel like I did that last time we did something. I grabbed a can of Lagunitas, so I went a different route. But Lagunitas was literally like my first choice that I saw, and I was like, ooh, and then I didn't.
Are you gonna let us know what your pick is?
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but I actually went with, if I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but it is Pipeworks Glaucus.
Oh.
It's a Belgian style India Pale Ale.
Oh, yes.
I've had that at Fishman's many moons ago.
I feel like I've had that many moons ago as well.
Why don't you
when I say moons, many moons.
Like blue moons? Like blue moons?
Once for Clark. Oh boy, but I apparently didn't like it.
What'd you give it?
Back
how
in
long ago was it?
January of 2017, I said a little boring, but fine. And
that was your day of
Tony-
still giving. That was still back in the day of you giving 5 stars for.
That's true. So technically, in terms of these days, that'd probably be a 4. So
Absolutely.
we're in good territory. Tony, you gave it a 3.5 in March of 2016. So this is a long time beer.
Now that would probably be a 4 for me.
True.
So, does it, Clark? Since you have that up, can you give a description of that? And if you don't mind, if you mind circling back over to Lagunita's regular IPA as well, that would be great.
Yes,
But read Brandon's first.
Brandon's Glaucus is the mythological existence of a being, both man and a fish, a deity amongst mere mortals. It tells you a lot about the beer. The only beer fitting of such a name marries bold and spicy Belgian Yeezy with bright citric American hops in a way even the gods would adore.
Wait. Yeezy's involved with this
Says
beer?
Yeezy. I don't know if that's a typo or on purpose.
Pretty sure it's on
Savor
purpose.
this golden beverage that can calm even the harshest seas. There we have it, 6.2.
I get it.
Yeah, it's funny. It tastes a little stronger than a 6.2. And I would by no means say this was just like okay. What I do enjoy about this is it is like I can definitely see where they're getting the Belgian style from. It's got the mouthfeel of almost like a Belgian double, I would say. But it's got the hoppiness, the bitterness that you would expect from an IPA. So the malt characteristic and like kind of that yeast backbone that you are getting.
You mean the Yeezy?
Yes. The Yeezy is leaning towards the Belgian side, while
Yeezy is leaning towards the Belgian style.
Yes. And the hop profile is all kind of pushing that definite IPA characteristics coming through here. I don't know exactly what hops they use on this, but I mean, I think everything on here kind of plays really well together. So
I do remember enjoying that beer when I did have it. And like Clark said, I gave it a 3.5. And these days I'd probably give it a 4. I'm very generous with my ratings. When I see low ratings on Untapped from friends and people, I'm like, you really think that low of the beer? But maybe it's just because I enjoy beer. Maybe I'm just too kind. I don't know.
So would this be sort of similar to A Little Crazy from Revolution?
Absolutely.
Kind of.
Well, because A Little Crazy is a Belgian IPA as well.
Yeah, I guess A Little Crazy is technically a pale ale, but
Oh, is it? So it's a Belgian pale, right? It's a Belgian.
Yeah, but I mean,
right.
So along the same lines,
The
actually
Belgian-
a little bit stronger, but
The Belgian yeast really in an IPA is kind of fun, and I've never done that. Well, whether it be a Belgian pale ale or a Belgian IPA, but I've always liked that idea. I accidentally did that one time with my Portage Park pale ale that I'm still trying to master, and it took me by surprise, and I wasn't happy. But it wasn't a bad beer. It just took me by surprise because of the yeast that I use. I thought it was going to give me something else, and instead, gave me a Belgian-y, yeastiness to it. So
that's cool.
that's
Now,
nice,
a
right?
little known fact, probably amongst the listeners, both of your beers have the same ABV exactly. Apparently,
Really, what's the ABV? I don't know what the ABV is.
6.2 for you, Tony. 6.2 for Brandon. Apparently, I didn't want to join the crowd.
Clark, what is it? What did you drink, baby? I gotta know.
I don't know.
I gotta know.
It's IPA day.
I forgot what
Go
my
ahead.
joke was going to be. I was going to say that I was cracking this originally.
Oh, who?
That's an after
120 minute
pour.
IPA.
Sure, just not this one.
That is probably not 6.2%.
If we would have done
Yeah.
it in person, that definitely would have been the one we would have done.
That would have been great.
Now, I'm
Someday.
sure you can guess it's IPA day. What am I drinking? It's an IPA.
Gate
If I were to
Crasher,
drink an
baby.
IPA.
You're drink or no, sorry, not Gate Crasher, not Gate Crasher.
That's
I
not
almost-
an IPA, right? Or no, it is.
It's an English IPA.
Yeah.
I almost went with what you're about to say, but I didn't. But you're drinking Antihero. I mean, that's just obvious.
Exactly.
You have a keg of it.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah, we knew that.
You guessed the mystery beer.
I thought you would be a little
Wait,
more.
damn it. I forgot we're not
clever.
doing that. Sorry.
I thought you would try something, but I mean, why
Man.
switch it up? Why switch it up when it's something that's so good?
This is my
You got it,
go-to.
Tony. He's got to do the one chip challenge now.
Ah.
No, he guessed Gatecrasher first. Doesn't count.
But then I said, no, stop. No,
Now
stop.
it doesn't count. You said it. It's on the recording. Can't go back. Can't change it.
I can go back and change anything I fucking want.
That's
'cause
true.
I added all the episodes. I almost said I added all the IPAs.
And then I'll put through the director's cut that I'm recording from my phone of all the video.
Oh no!
It's kind of like Suicide Squad. I'll call it malting hour instead of the malting hour.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Get it?
So yeah, shut up. Tell us a little bit about your anti-hero. Shut up and keep
Anti-Hero's
talking.
A lot heavier than your beers. It's 6.7%.
Jesus.
But
man.
no, I
so
mean,
that it's Thursday.
Years ago, this became, as I've mentioned 50,000 times on the show, my
Oh,
go-to.
please tell us again. Yes.
It's got a little bit of everything, a little tiny bit of dank in there, a lot of fruity. Lately, I've been getting more fruitiness from it. I don't know why. I don't know if that's this keg. I don't know if it's the time of year. I don't know if it's time.
Are you eating more fruit?
No, same
Oh,
amount
okay.
of fruit.
Oh, there goes my theory.
But it's bitter. There's a lot of bitterness to it, as you know. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. And that's the way I like it.
That's a good review. I hope that you, if you check that in tonight, that's what you write.
I should all have to go back to the audio, the director's cut,
Yeah,
and use
that's-
that. Not
the-
your edited,
right, not my edited IPA.
where
This-
it says,
the
I am
cider-
drinking anti-hero. I am done. On to you guys.
It's like those deep fake with faces, except I do deep fakes with voices.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
great. Yeah.
Can't wait to get into that.
Oh man, I can't wait till we replace you with that.
Ooh, then I can actually do your voice as you.
Hey, it's me, Tony. What's going on? I really love this Lagunita's IPA. It's so good. And when I checked it in before,
What actually going back to that? What was my last check-in of Lagunita's IPA, Clark?
Great question. Great question. Let's see what we all have to say. Wow, this is an exciting one. Back in 2019, Brew Club Brew Day. Brandon gave it a 3 3/4. You gave it a 3.5, Tony. And
Did I say anything about it?
no, none of you say anything about it. One of my Brandon checked it in a lot. Daniel's checked it in a lot. You checked it in once, Tony.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm gonna check it in tonight, and I'll probably
All right.
give it a 3.75.
I have not checked it in though, so I got to
Well,
work
I'll
on
see-
that.
Interesting.
Should I save you a bottle of it, or?
Yeah, it's hard to find. You just don't see it out there these days.
It's true. It is. It is a hard to find beer.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, National IPA Day. I feel like it's National IPA Day is a little bit redundant. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get a rant in here.
Oh, here it goes.
Here we go.
And after the final pour, we're getting a rant.
After the final pour rant, yeah, here we go. National IPA Day is a little bit redundant these days when it comes to craft beer, mainly because most people, I won't say most people, but most breweries have IPAs. So I would say that a lot of people do drink IPAs, often regularly. Now, I know that there's some people out there who prefer pilsners and lagers of the sorts, and maybe even some farmhouse saisons, or let's even go with stouts and porters, maybe even a brown ale. There's not many people who enjoy brown ales, unlike myself. I love brown ales, but I feel like National IPA Day is a bit redundant, and it just should be a part of National Beer Day in general. And rant.
Well, when Alarmist is given $2 off 4 packs of Lejeune,
Wait, what
I
the
think
fuck?
we should have National
by the
IPA
way-
Day every year.
By the way,
Say
let's
what?
let's add on to my rant. Your mystery beer of fucking Lejeune, thank you for keeping your hand up there with me, has actually ruined my taste of Les Jus. Not ruined
Because
it,
of the
but
lactose and the vanilla thing
absolutely.
you were talking about?
absolutely. I had two more, and the
boy.
first thing in my head is I taste the lactose and vanilla, and it kind of.
But there's no vanilla. That's the point.
No, but the lactose is what
Yeah,
adds
right.
like the milk
You're
sweetness,
thinking
which
it's
is like
vanilla.
yeah. So that sweetness kind of now just enters in my brain, and then that's what I'm tasting, and that's all I'm kind of tasting. So it kind of
Okay, well, tomorrow go buy some Beezer. Get that out of your head.
Ooh,
I
pizza.
don't
Take
need
a
to,
month
man.
or
I
two
just
off.
I just had Tavern Cut. I mean, that was
That's fine, but
crazy IPA.
yeah, I mean the two back-to-back winners. Get some Beezer that doesn't have lactose. Get back to normal. You'll forget all about it. Get some Les Jus. Say come October 1st. Everything will be fine.
That's when I'm going to be drinking Brandon's Oktoberfest beer. So I
Yeah,
won't have
that's
time
true.
for Les Jus.
Good point. Yeah, we'll be on
If we
pumpkin
do
beer
that again.
episode number 6 by then. So
Hey, I think we still need to do a pumpkin beer episode, just not making our own.
correct.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll just
It's
be
become a
different type of
tradition.
spooky.
I mean,
Maybe it'll just be a spooky mystery beer episode. It's so spooky. What is it? I
which
don't
pumpkin
know.
beer is it? Who knows?
Oh, hey, I think maybe we shoot for we go high and we just get like either barrel aged or coffee or just whatever. Just no regular pumpkin beers this year. Whatever. When we start seeing pumpkin beers and those different variants that they do, that's the pumpkin beer episode. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Clark? You said
I'm okay with that.
Brandon.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Good.
Brandon, it'll be featured on an episode coming up. I'm sure. Maybe even after the final pour. But how is that mango IPA that you brewed going? How's that?
So turned out okay. I think it turned out good. It's crazy. There's more hop particles and stuff that got into the beer than I had realized. And all the dry, so there were 6 ounces in the dry hop, but I put them all in a filter. So I put that in the filter along with 8 ounces of coconut that I had soaked in vodka. I made a tincture.
8 ounces of cocaine soaked in vodka. Got it.
And then I did 2 vanilla beans. And all of that went into the filter, but like it's pouring out. Like I'm like literally seeing like hot particles. So I ended up taking the poppet out and doing all that shit last night that we talked about. Because it was clogging. And first I thought, and actually something's up with one of my tap handles. It's just pouring kind of weird. So I thought that was the problem. So I switched the beers to different sides. So now my Rev handle is my beer and the Half Acre handle is the Rev beer. Weird.
Talk about a mystery.
Mind blowing.
But anyways, so I poured a little off today and it like shot out again. It came out kind of like heavy and foamy, but I had the PSI up a little too high. It was up at like 15. And that's higher for than what
That's
I would
hefty.
normally do.
Yeah.
And so it came out like kind of foamy. So I kicked that back down. And I'm like, my goal is just to kind of just let it sit. So I've tried it. It tastes good. My problem is that you're getting all that hop particle in like when you're drinking it too. So that's kind of overwhelming. But yesterday when I kind of poured a little and I let it sit and like kind of all the sediment went to the bottom. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, this is like a hazy IPA. It was cloudy. It had like a decent head on it. And I tried it and I was getting mango. I got coconut. I didn't really get much of the vanilla, but I think that was kind of blending in with the coconut. But I was like, this isn't bad. So I'm just going to let it sit. And then Tony, you're welcome to try it when you come by to watch my cats.
I'm actually going to shotgun a VSOJ while I'm at your house too.
That's cool too. Just
I figured like Sunday and just shotgun it and see how I feel right afterward. I think just the hot particle. I wouldn't worry too much about the hot particles, even though you did use that micron filter. There are going to be some of those hot particles still floating around in there, and I think that all that will settle down even by the time that I go and try some, and of course post and let everybody know about it. That it'll eventually just settle out. You'll be okay. When did you keg it? A couple days ago. Sunday. Sunday, so record is Thursday. So yeah, I mean the first couple of pours are still until you get that floating dip tube that you just bought.
Yep.
You know, you won't have to worry about
What'd
it.
you
I
tell me?
may. So that's coming tomorrow. So I may, depending.
I called you a floating dip tube, Clark.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up.
thought so.
I may actually try to switch that out. We'll see. I don't want to like have to stick my hands in the beer or anything like that. So I don't know how
I've done
really
that before for parties.
I don't. Excuse me. I don't know.
Weird
Again,
party.
I don't really. I've never used one before, so I'm not sure how they go in. So I think I have an idea, but we'll see. Once I get it, I'll figure it out.
That's
And
pretty
decide if I
exciting.
want to switch it out or just leave it. But
Well, I'm excited
I
to
mean,
try it, man.
I should have
It
bought that a
sounds
long
awesome.
time ago because I thought about that so many times in the past. And like even the one time I had a party, remember it was clogging out. That's when Mike took it apart. We took the poppet out and everything like that.
I had to do that with my terrible Son of Juice clone because it's oxidized and tastes like wet cardboard. I'm about to dump it. Thank God I had a gift card to buy that beer and only
It's
spent
really that
$10.
bad?
It's really that bad.
Oh,
it
okay.
is. Like I've let it sit. I've tried mixing it with orange juice. All it did when I mixed it with orange juice was taste like carbonated orange juice with wet cardboard. So
Ooh, fun.
I learned a lesson with when I do a whirlpool, do not get overly aggressive with adding that oxygen at the end to cool it down. So that's the cold side oxidation that I've never experienced until now. Because honestly, for dry hopping, I only dumped in 1 ounce of Citra, which is not what the original recipe said, but I wasn't too worried about the dry hopping. I just wanted something in there to give the aroma. The first sip, I was like, oh, that's good. Like, it was juicy. It was citrusy. It tasted like Son of Juice. And then it was wet cardboard. So I have about 4 3/4 gallons of wet cardboard, carbonated wet cardboard, if you guys are interested to try
Yeah,
it. Which
that's
I
too
won't.
bad.
I'm going to dump it. But whatever. Like I said, I had a gift card.
I prefer my
from-
cardboard dry. Thank you very much.
Me
Yeah,
too,
a
'cause I
little
wanna-
better. Yeah.
I want to close stuff up and tape it up. Taste that tape glue. So I'm going to try that again eventually, but I do have some other beers in the works coming up soon. So Brandon, I'm really looking forward to trying that mango coconut IPA this weekend. And Clark, maybe I'll steal you. Brandon can't hear this because I'm talking so low, but
Yeah, I'll
get
put my
close.
ear close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get close.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll fill up like a little bottle for you and put the cap on it and get you a little bit of that IPA.
Oh, cool. Don't
yeah.
say anything.
That would be cool. So yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Brandon,
Anyway,
I had to just say something in the microphone to myself. That's how this works, right? You can't hear if I whisper.
yeah, if you talk into the box.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Anyways, you lean into the box.
I can put. I'll actually. I'll put one of the plastic bottles out if you want.
No, don't worry about it. I have 5 of them with the caps at my house from the times that you've given them to people and they've given them back to me. That's where all your bottles are. They're all at my house, and I'm going to bring them all back this weekend.
About damn time.
Yeah, there's a
I was
bunch.
like, where are my other? I was like, oh, there's my box of other empty ones.
Yeah, no, I've got a bunch of your empty bottles and caps, so don't worry, buddy. I'll bring
Oh,
them.
good.
Well,
yeah.
and if my trip to Michigan goes as planned, I will be making a stop at Watermark. I think we've mentioned them once or twice, maybe. They released for their
treat.
anniversary a few weeks ago a 14% Imperial Double Pastry Stout, which is barrel aged with vanilla maraschino cherries and lactose.
Ooh.
I was going to send you a message because ArcLight and Whiskey Hill did a collaboration.
I saw that. Arclight's a little bit of a ways away, if
It's
you
not
recall.
that far,
But-
Clark. It's not that far.
If I find the time, I will be more than happy to go grab that.
Well, and with no, I'm not going to talk about it. Never mind.
No, don't talk about it.
There's an off mic conversation that's about to happen right after this episode. And with that being said, happy National IPA Day, guys.
Happy National IPA Day, guys, and all you listeners out there from
Yeah.
a few days
Even
ago.
though you'll be listening to this a
On
couple
Monday.
days after.
Yeah.
National IPA Day.
It's like 4 days afterwards. But if you're
Happy
you've got your-
belated National IPA Day.
if you've got your finger on the pulse, you know that the episodes actually come out Sunday night between 7 and 11:59 p.m. Whenever I get to it, that's when it's released. But yeah, happy National IPA Day, and yeah, that's it. That's it for this week. That's what we did.
Good day. Good day.
We drank some fucking IPAs together, and that was it.
You did it.
Go drink your own IPAs.
Kralak, Brandon, I love you, man. Kralak. I don't
Been a
know,
pleasure.
man. Yeah, it's been okay. How are the Sox doing?
Oh, they're still losing.
Bummer. Well, at least
Yeah.
they're not the Cubs. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, well, we'll find out after the weekend.
Ooh,
Ew.
Crosstown Classic happening. All right. See you guys next time.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.